Once upon a time, in a quiet little village, there was an old well. Deep and dark, its only connection to the outside world was a small circle of sky visible from the bottom. Inside this well lived a little frog. To him, this well was the entire universe. The walls were his boundaries, the water was his playground, and the tiny patch of sky above was all he knew of the world beyond. He had never questioned his life. Why would he? He had food, water, and a familiar routine. He was safe. One day, a traveler, a frog from a faraway land, happened to pass by and peered into the well. He saw the little frog sitting at the bottom and called out, "Hey there, what are you doing down there?" The well frog looked up, surprised to see another of his kind. "I live here," he replied. "This is my world." The traveler chuckled. "Oh, my friend, you have no idea how vast and beautiful the world truly is. There are rivers that stretch far beyond what you can imagine, trees that touch the sky, and lands filled with creatures you've never seen. You must come out and see for yourself." The well frog frowned. "You must be mistaken. I see the sky every day. It is small and blue, nothing more. And as for rivers, I have water here, enough for me to live. There is nothing greater than this well." The traveler sighed. "You believe that only because it's all you've ever known. But if you dare to climb out, you'll see that life is bigger than you ever imagined." The well frog hesitated. The thought of climbing out frightened him. What if the traveler was wrong? What if he left the well and had nothing? What if he failed? And so he refused. The traveler, seeing the little frog's fear, shook his head with a knowing smile. "I hope one day you find the courage to climb," he said before hopping away. That night, the well frog lay awake. His mind raced with thoughts. What if he was right? What if I've spent my whole life in a tiny prison without even realizing it? For the first time he looked up at the sky and wondered, what lay beyond? The next morning, driven by an unfamiliar curiosity, the little frog made his decision. He took a deep breath, planted his feet firmly on the damp walls, and began to climb. It was hard. His legs trembled. He slipped, falling back into the cold water. But he didn't stop. Again and again he tried, pushing past his fear, his doubt, his exhaustion, until finally he reached the edge. And in that moment, his world changed forever. His eyes widened as he took in the endless land, the towering trees, the rushing river that sparkled under the golden sun. The sky, so vast, so infinite, stretched beyond what he had ever imagined. The traveler had been right. He had lived his entire life in a well, believing it was everything, never realizing he had been trapped by his own limited perspective. As he took his first step into the great unknown, he knew he would never go back. Because once you see the world for what it truly is, you can never go back to the small life you once knew.